Welcome to the Self-Love Lifestyle Podcast. I am your host, Melanie Monaco, and I am so honored to be connecting with you today through these sound waves. I'm a master self-love coach. I train and certify self-love coaches. I hold numerous certifications and practices like archetypal psychology, energy healing, intuitive eating, and more. But most importantly, I am on a mission to guide others in manifesting more self-love. Self-love empowers us with the tools to not only love and accept ourselves deeply, but to expand our compassion for those around us. Practicing self-love means alchemizing life's challenges by transmuting pain into purpose and viewing obstacles as opportunities for deepening self-awareness and understanding. In this podcast, I'll be sharing inspiration for your own healing journey, guided rituals, spiritual insight, as well as candid conversations with the amazing goddesses on my team and other leaders in the wellness space as well. My hope is that at the end of each episode, you feel empowered, inspired, and more connected to your most authentic self. Self-love may be a personal journey, but it is not a journey that we have to do alone. I am infinitely grateful for our amazing community, and by listening, you are now part of our community too. Thank you for being here. Now let's dive in. Hello, welcome to this episode. Today we're doing a guided ritual, and this ritual I did live on Instagram, and I'm sharing the replay here with you on the podcast so that you can listen. I'm really excited for this. Honestly, this was like my favorite ritual that we've done so far. It's such an important way to honor this seasonal change, and so I really hope that you enjoy. Hello, welcome. I'm going to wait a minute for people to join live. I'm here to do a guided ritual for the autumn equinox. I'm really excited to be here with you. It is a very stormy day outside here. I'll turn my camera so you can see. It is storming outside. That's our apple tree. And it's cozy in here. This morning I made apple pancakes, which was really nice, a great way to celebrate the day. Hello everyone, so good to see you. Hi Carling, hi Tori. Hello everyone. So I'm going to be doing our guided ritual. We're going to pull some cards. I'm going to do some energy clearing for us, and we will just really tune into the magic that is the equinox. So the equinox is the time where the day and night are equal length. So the summer solstice is the longest day of the year. The winter solstice is the shortest day of the year. The autumn and spring equinoxes have equal lengths day and night. And I love this because we talk a lot about duality. We talk a lot about holding space for the darkness and the light. And today is the natural manifestation of that. And so what I really want to look at with this energy that we're experiencing on the equinox is how we can create more space within ourselves to hold duality. It's so easy to feel like when things aren't perfect, or something in our life isn't positive, we're experiencing a time of challenge. That means we can't also find joy, when in fact some of the most challenging, heartbreaking times can also be times of joy. And times of joy can also experience challenges. It's really not one or the other, it's both. And so today I want to create space for that within our hearts. We're going to calm our nervous system so that if we do experience that darkness, we can also hold space for the light. We're going to increase our resilience with our nervous systems so that we can experience and appreciate the fullest capacity of what life has to offer us. And so, as I said, the equinox is that beautiful manifestation of that balance of darkness and light. I love the autumn equinox in particular. It just has such magical vibes. It's that harvest season. So in my garden right now, I've been harvesting lots of tomatoes and squash and beans and flowers. And so we're bringing all of that goodness in and storing up for winter. Of course, if you're in the southern hemisphere, it is the spring equinox. We still have that balance, so this would still be appropriate for you too. Definitely needed right now. My energy is all over the place. Great. Well, welcome. Welcome. Yeah, I would love to hear from you all in the comments, any intentions that you're going to bring into today's ritual so that I can integrate that into our reading and our meditation. And as always, I haven't pre-prepared a meditation. I'm going to be channeling it based on the energy that we're all creating here together, which is always, I think, really potent, really exciting. And the reading that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to use my Wild Unknown Tarot. I feel like this tarot, I really love anytime we're talking about like the duality and the darkness, and it's like my most witchy deck. So I'm excited for that. All right, intentions of clarity and security. Beautiful. Beautiful. We can definitely hold space for that. And while you're setting your intention, maybe you have a candle you can light. I am going to do a little bit of smoke cleansing here. So speaking of that garden season and harvests, I actually have some lavender, dried lavender, some dried sage, and dried rose petals. Here's a better view for you. Some dried rose petals, and I'm going to be using those for our smoke cleansing today, which is really lovely. The purpose of smoke cleansing is, it's a really sacred practice, and what we receive from the smoke cleansing is a cleansing of the energy around us. And so I'm currently lighting these herbs. I have a crystal here in my little dish. This is just a really beautiful, like, potent way to create, this honestly feels like spell casting, but, create a little smoke cleansing bundle with just a small amount of herbs. So that's a fun tip for you. And I like just lighting it, holding the intention, allowing the smoke to really surround me. And so if you're able to join me in that, maybe you have a candle, maybe you have a bundle, doesn't matter if you don't. You can also just hold the intention. Maybe you can just give yourself a brief visualization, imagining your energy around you being cleared by smoke, or imagining a flame in your auric field just incinerating any energy that you don't need. Setting your intention for our ritual today. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Okay, I'm going to read some of your intentions. Manifesting strength, grounding of energy. I have my harvest candle lit. Perfect. You're already in alignment. Entering a season of growth and breaking out of the comfort zone. Beautiful. Season of growth and prosperity. Love it. All right. So with all of those intentions, I'm going to be doing our reading, and this is our reading for the collective. And I'm actually going to cleanse my bundle really quick, or cleanse my deck, because my son, he just turned 1, and one of his favorite toys are my oracle cards and tarot cards. He loves playing with them, so I'm just going to cleanse them because he was playing with this deck, and I do love his precious child energy, but I want to make sure this is nice and clear for us. All right. All right, so this reading is for all of us. If you're watching this message is for you. Oh, okay. I love this. The Two of Cups. The Two of Cups. Such a beautiful card. Go ahead and take a look at the drawing here. And with readings, what's so amazing is that there can be a really a collective archetypal meaning for cards, but also anything that comes to you when you see a card, when a card is drawn for you, anything that comes to your mind, that's your message. So the message that I'll share is definitely collective, but there might be an individual meaning for you too, just based on the imagery of what's coming up. The Two of Cups, it is a romantic card, which I really love, and you can kind of get that vibe from it. The Two of Cups, when this card appears, you can anticipate new love, and this usually means romance, but it can point to the beginning, the birth of a lasting friendship. It really is about connection, purity, honesty, grounded relationships. Open your heart. All right, so of course, given the work that we do together, this could also be self-love. Okay, so one of the things, you might have seen that I posted about this recently, about stories and romanticizing your life, the magic of fairy tales. When this card shows up, I think of fairy tales. I think of Beauty and the Beast. I think of the beauty of that romance. Really quick story time for you. And I love stories as part of ritual. That's been a huge part of ritual for thousands of years. Beauty and the Beast is my favorite fairy tale. Here's the reason why. Because it's not actually a story of romance between two people. It's not a romance between the Beauty and the Beast. This is an archetypal journey of the unity of the shadow self. So I've been talking about shadow a lot. The shadow is the part of your unconscious mind that is repressed and hidden. It's a collected place of maybe traumas, lived experiences, belief systems that were born over time, usually in an effort to protect yourself. And then you might be acting from the shadow without even realizing it. It might be self-sabotage because you think you're protecting yourself when actually you're not. And so when we become aware of the shadow self, we can actually act in alignment with the best version of ourselves. So a really classic example is maybe you know what you want to be doing with your life, you know what you should be doing, but you're just not taking action, or things just keep going wrong based on actions that you're taking, and it could be a sign that your shadow is not in alignment with that goal. And so if we can heal the shadow, we can bring the shadow to light, bring that unity within us, it becomes easier to act in alignment with what we want to actually create and manifest in our lives. Okay, so going back to this story, we all know the story of Beauty and the Beast, right? Beauty falls in love with the Beast. And this can be a really beautiful metaphor for the light and the darkness within us, okay? And so when we learn to love that shadow self, that darkness, the inner beast, then it's transformed. It's transformed into the prince, right? Or an archetype of somebody that we can, an archetype that we can work together with in unity towards creating our happily ever after, okay? I love this story. It's been my favorite forever since I was a little girl. I studied it academically in college. I wrote hundreds of pages of papers on Beauty and the Beast. I wrote a musical. It's a whole thing. But I love this archetypal journey for us as people, because when we can take that lesson into our hearts of learning to love our inner beauty and beast, we can transform, okay? So we're going to bring this message, the Two of Cups, that unity, the romance, also in alignment with the balance of the darkness and light that we have today on the autumnal equinox. We're going to bring it into a meditation, a ritual that we can do together to integrate this into our bodies, to integrate it into our minds, into our souls. And maybe you have a candle that's going. If not, don't worry. But I invite you to allow yourself to just relax. Be somewhere where you can be, in the moment, where you can allow your body to soften. Maybe you're sitting. And if you're doing other things around the house, that's fine. But if you can, find a comfortable position. We're not going to do a super long meditation, so don't worry if you have other things you need to do with your day. Just taking this time for yourself is such a gift. All right. So go ahead and allow your eyes to close. Maybe your hands can go over your heart or over your abdomen, whatever feels best for you. You can also place your hands in your lap with your palms up for receiving, with your palms down for conserving energy. Just follow your intuition. You can try out different places to place your hands and just see what feels best. There's no right or wrong. Allow yourself to be playful and creative and explore what really is in alignment with you today. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Allow everything to soften. 2 more deep breaths just like that. As you inhale, feel your heart center expand. As you exhale, allow everything to soften, release, and relax. 1 more. Inhale, expand, opening your heart. Exhale, softening, surrendering to this moment. See, feel, imagine, or know that from your hands there is a beautiful glowing light. This light can be any color. And allow this light to radiate out from your palms and into your auric field, into your body, purifying the energy within you and around you. Continuing to take deep breaths, allowing your breath to expand to your lower belly. I invite you to see, feel, imagine, or know that you have roots growing down into the earth from your body, anchoring you and connecting you to the grounded, beautiful Earth Mother energy. And I want you to also notice that you have a beautiful light growing upwards towards the sky, connecting you to the cosmos, to the celestial bodies, to the universe, bringing this union between the earth and the sky into your body, finding that gorgeous balance between heaven and earth. Our bodies are made up of the same minerals within the earth, so you can just recognize that connection that we have to the planet, while also noticing the air you breathe in is air that moves through space, moves through the space between us, moves through the air, connecting you to the ether. So you not only hold the minerals of the earth, but you also hold the air that flows through the universe. Feeling this connection to all that is, begin to become aware of the divine light within you, this essence of your soul. And maybe this feels like a spark within your heart, coming from your core. Maybe it's a feeling in your crown chakra area, the top of your head. There's no right or wrong. Just begin to open yourself up to the awareness that there is divinity within you. this magic unknown that we can't quite name, but we can feel. And as you have connected to the earth, connected to the sky and the universe, and connected to your inner divinity, from this place, I invite you to begin to notice or recognize if there's anything that you feel is presenting a challenge for you in your relationship to yourself. Are there any belief systems that you're holding on to, any experiences that feel like a barrier or a block at this point in time? And when identifying this, I invite you to courageously choose to offer that challenge love. Knowing that you have love, endless love, infinite love to give. And maybe you can draw that love up from the earth or draw it down from the sky, or it comes from that inner essence of your soul. From these places, there is infinite energy that you can pour out anywhere, including onto life's challenges. So see if you can simply hold space for the possibility of love being present. Continuing to hold this intention, maybe there's a visualization of the love pouring out over these challenges, over these blocks, over these points of resistance. And I invite you to visualize or hold the intention that through love, these challenges are transformed. And maybe there's a specific transformation, a specific story that you would like to have happen in relation to these challenges. And you can hold space for that, or you can simply just hold space for a transformation to occur in accordance with your highest good. And perhaps in your visualization, there is a light or an essence or a flame you can visualize that transforms these challenges. We'll sit here for some more breaths so you can continue with this visualization, or you can move to a visualization of surrounding yourself in love. Whatever that means to you. Maybe drawing up that earth energy, drawing down the sky energy, tapping into that soul energy. Whatever feels best for you right now. In these remaining moments in our meditation, allow yourself to move towards it. Whatever feels best. There's no right or wrong. You can also simply continue to focus on your breath. Go ahead and take 3 more breaths here, expanding your heart, allowing everything to soften. 2 more. Last one. And whenever you're ready, you can maybe roll your shoulders. You can wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe you want to stretch your arms up. Just bringing your awareness to your body. And then as soon as you feel comfortable, without any rush, you can begin to bring your awareness to the space around you. And then to our shared space by allowing your eyes to open. And when you return, I would love to hear how you feel. That was such a powerful meditation. I honestly feel very moved by it. And I've never quite done a meditation like that before. This is why I love channeling meditations in the moment, because I never know what's going to come through. And they're so potent and powerful. To do a meditation based off of our collective energy, off of our reading, off of what I'm intuiting. It's always just really amazing. Okay, let's see. A comment says, I feel a lot less anxious right now. Beautiful, good. Well, that's awesome. Another one says, I feel so focused and grounded. Thank you for sharing. Yes, this was absolutely beautiful and very needed. Oh, wonderful. So happy to hear all of this. I've been listening and breathing while I work out. I feel so much more calm and grounded. Great. I used to meditate while working out too. I feel less anxious, but I know I need to find what is blocking my highest self. I did Reiki and this is what it told me. Oh, good. So finding out what is blocking your highest self. I wonder if a question you could ask yourself is like, maybe not what's blocking, but what is in alignment. Like not only asking where is the resistance, but asking like, how can I move towards the alignment of my highest self? That's like a really great way to ask both questions of like the, I guess, positive and negative. I don't really like using the word negative, but you get what I mean. Bringing that duality into that intention. Well, I am so grateful for you for sharing space with me today. If you have any questions, now is the time. Feel free to ask. I'm going to just recap our ritual for those who might have joined halfway through. The card we drew is the 2 of Cups, which is great. It's all about love. We talked about self-love and duality, given that today is the autumn equinox. I also, this is very important. I wanted to mention this. So I'm a moon mother, which is a lineage of energy healing. The moon mothers work in alignment with the 4 female archetypes, which go with the phases of the moon, the menstrual cycle, and the seasons. And according to that lineage specifically, which draws upon, there's a lot of kind of like Celtic pagan roots within that. I really love to recognize that autumn is about the enchantress energy. So this energy associated with the luteal phase, which is that like PMS phase of the menstrual cycle, also associated with the waning moon. And the enchantress is exactly what you would think. She's like the witchy, fierce archetype. She has a great capacity for experiencing so much. She can feel like withdrawn one moment and completely like outward energy the next. When I think of the enchantress, I think of a storm at sea, like the big waves that come down, and how powerful and potent that is. It might feel scary, but when we can recognize and harness the power rather than fearing it, that's where that enchantress, like sorceress energy comes from. So in this archetype being present for us right now with autumn, I really want to encourage you to notice where am I fearing my power, or where am I holding fear? How can I, again, transform that fear into power? A really beautiful way to do this, something I've been practicing recently, is when I notice ruminating thoughts, especially around challenges in my life, I begin to ask myself, what are the lessons here for me? What is the value of this experience for me? And it softens those ruminating thoughts. And that's the enchantress energy. So it's taking the volatility and turning it into power. So notice, oh, I'm stressed out about this. I'm anxious about this. Why did I do that? Those kinds of thoughts. Ask yourself, what is the lesson here for me? How can I create something magical out of this? Tap into that enchantress energy, create the transformation. That's the spell. and then you're going to be cultivating magic out of darkness, which again really goes in with the energy that we've been talking about today. Oof, today is so juicy. I'm like so hyped on this energy right now. The comment says I'm so interested in becoming a moon mother. Yeah. So, send me a DM and I can send you some information about that. One of my dear friends and mentors, is a moon mother teacher, and she I think is actually doing level 1 training soon. So, and I think they started doing virtual trainings in the past couple years as well. I did mine in person, and this was years ago. But yeah, I would love to connect you with her. Okay, if there are any other questions, let me know. I'm feeling so good. Thank you so much for joining me in this space. I hope that you really enjoyed today's ritual. I hope that you tap into this seasonal shift. Very traditional ways to celebrate this time of year. Apples. So if you can eat apples today, that's like a really traditional kind of like pagan Wiccan way to tap into Mabon, the autumn equinox. So if you want to go into like the witchy realm of things, that's great. Everything we did today, also in alignment, obviously. I think you've celebrated if you've done this ritual too. If you can maybe buy some herbs and hang them up to dry, that's also a really great way to harvest and preserve, which is like so in alignment with this time of year. Also cleaning. I mean, I think of a broom and I think of her witch, I think of a witch and I think of her broom. So maybe just like sweeping out some energy in your home. You don't have to go crazy, but just like being intentional about that. Yeah, lighting a candle. I hope you just enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you end up doing. I am sending you all so much love. Again, thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for this community, for the opportunity to hold ritual with you in this way. And if you need anything, you know where to find me. Send me a DM, and I'll see you all real soon. Thank you so much for listening today. I do really appreciate it. And if you want to connect further, you can find me on Instagram at The Self-Love Lifestyle, on Facebook at The Self-Love Lifestyle. You can go to theselflovelifestyle.com to learn more about my offerings and the Self-Love Coach Certification Program. And if you feel called, you can rate and review this podcast. That will help more people find it, which does grow our community. So if it feels aligned, I would be so grateful. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. And again, I just want to offer so much gratitude your way for listening today.